Pretty cool, eh? Got to head on to the campground, I think, and drop some stuff off so I can continue my riding adventures. There's a couple of places I definitely want to get to today after I drop everything off, so I think we're just going to go on now. Harrogate, Tennessee, home of Lincoln Memorial University, and neighbor, very close neighbor in fact, to Cumberland Gap. From here you can see the overlook up there. I think it's called the Pinnacle Overlook. We'll go up there later. But it overlooks the little town of Cumberland Gap. And from up there you can see Middlesboro, Kentucky. And you can see into Virginia. So you can see 3 states from up there: Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia. Looks like we're in Virginia now. Okay, this is our campground for tonight. Go check in, and I'm going to go ahead and set up my campsite. Then we're going to go to the little town of Cumberland Gap. Just a few things to see there. Then we'll head through the Cumberland Gap Tunnel, which is one of the largest tunnels in the United States that goes through a mountain. Then we'll ride up to the Pinnacle Overlook, get a view of that, and then I'll see what time it is. Go right here and see if I need to check in. Says it's closed. Let's see what it says here. How to check in. If you've already paid for your site, you can set up camp anytime after 2. No on-site check-in is required. Well, there you go. Try to get a site that was somewhat close to the shower house. When we stayed in Roan Mountain, I had to ride my bike to the shower house because it was a little bit further. I wanted to walk. So this time I said, well, why don't I get one kind of close so I can just walk there. 21, 22, 23, 24. Right here, 24. Okay. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is get out of these hot pants and start setting things up. It's not the pants that are as hot as much as the boots. I'll get out of both of them. Gotta get me some cooler summer pants, because those things are hot. This over here is about the flattest place there is, but it's actually sloped that way a little bit. That's okay, I'll put my feet downhill. Don't see a ton of firewood laying around, so I'm probably gonna have to go buy some. Alright, tent is up. It's not a mansion, but it'll do. So, gonna stow some stuff away. Run up to the bathhouse, kind of freshen up a little bit, and then get back on the bike and head out for a little bit more riding. Okay, let's go to the little town of Cumberland Gap. It's a pretty quaint little town. Oh my goodness, I have definitely got to find me a cooler riding suit, because this one is burning me up, and these boots are hot too. This whole thing was great for winter, but I'm dying now that it's starting to get warmer. Like, as long as you're moving, it's fine. But the moment you stop, you start burning up. So I've been looking. I noticed there's some online that have like mesh instead of this this canvas looking stuff. I don't even know what it's called. And it still has the armor in it. So that's what I'm thinking about, because I get dehydrated just riding. Alright, Cumberland Gap. Let's go see this little town. We're gonna go look at this iron furnace. I'm assuming that this iron furnace used to be a smelter. Tiny little town here. There's a bicycle museum around the corner there. I may go check it out. Here's our iron furnace, so you can see what this is all about. This is the iron furnace that we're walking to, and it's also a little stream over here. Gonna stop, take a look at it. And like I said, I think this iron furnace was probably a smelter, and then they used the water power. You'll see, because there's water coming on both sides of it, and somehow they had like a little wheel or something, like a paddle wheel, and then that evidently worked, maybe some billows or something that you know, made the furnace burn really hot so that they could smelt the ore. There it is. I still do that. Hello. So I'm going to show you inside. It's just a big chimney, basically. So I'm not entirely sure how this thing worked. I know it feels good in there. Well, that was the iron furnace. So it's pretty late in the afternoon. I think what we'll do, we're going to go through the Cumberland Gap Tunnel, which is a pretty cool thing to see in and of itself, and then head up Pinnacle Road to the Pinnacle and enjoy the views for a few minutes before we head back to the campsite. Alright, I'm going to turn here, because this is where that little bicycle museum is. It's a little store. Let's see, grill and bar, that's what I was smelling. I may end up coming back to that before it's over with. So we're now in Virginia, Cumberland Gap actually is in the state of Tennessee. But the line just runs right through this area. The campground that I'm staying in is in Virginia. The lookout, I believe, well, the lookout, there's a line up there as you're going to the lookout that shows you what state you're in, because you actually cross from one state into another. The tunnel is in Tennessee, and the visitor center is in Kentucky. Pretty cool, eh? I can tell you that coming through this tunnel on a motorcycle is an entirely different experience than coming through this tunnel in a car. Out the other side, fun times. So we are now in Kentucky. I'm gonna bypass the visitor center. Been there, done that. If you look ahead, like up there at the top, that's where we're headed. Bartlett Park Road. I wonder what that's about. We may check that out on the way back down. Now you may be thinking, this is not like him at all to be doing a ride that's all pavement. We did have the gravel road up to the fire tower today, so that was more true to normal, I guess. But I think tomorrow I'm going to try to find some roads to hit. So back during the Civil War, this whole mountain was, oh, look at there. Little guy. Now she's gonna go right up there where I'm headed. Anyway, back during the Civil War, this area, this mountain went back and forth between the Union and Confederate hands, and it provided kind of a strategic point, and so they had cannons up here, and some really big ones, as a matter of fact. And we got, wow, what you're seeing right there is Middlesboro, Kentucky. Anyway, to my right here, there's a crest of a hill here, and there's a parking area right here at Fort McCook Civil War Earthwork is what it's called. Up on the very top of that, there is a old Civil War cannon still there. Anyway, point being, like I said, this territory, or this mountain, kind of swapped hands back and forth between the Union and the Confederates. And the reason they wanted it is because it was very strategic, because the Cumberland Gap was the only way to get supplies in and out of the area. And so if the Union could seize it, they could cut off part of the Confederate Army supplies. And if the Confederates could seize it, they could basically hold the Union Army off, keep them from coming into their territory. And word on the street is they had a cannon up here at the very top. I think they called it the Big Boy, and it was capable of shooting all the way into the gap. And all of these trees that you see here, none of these trees were here because they cut the trees down for a mile in every direction so that they would be able to see approaching troops. So that's just kind of some crazy history for you. There's actually another little fort, or the earthworks are all that's left up here on the very top. Here behind these other bikes. Okay, so I'm not even gonna lie, I'm taking the lazy way. Last time that I did this, I went out here, I took like the normal way, and you have got to seriously do a little bit of climbing, and I'm not all about that today in these riding boots and these super hot pants. So this is actually the handicap trail to get up to the pinnacle. Still kind of uphill a little bit, but much better than the way I came before. So it's super cool looking, right? We haven't even made it to the pinnacle yet. Can't see this, but looks like right down there, I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, and there's a trail that goes around there. I think I see a cave opening. And that'd be so cool, but definitely not something I'm going to try in these boots. But it sure does look like a cave opening down there. And I bet this trail right here that has been made is probably the way you get to it. I'll have to come back and explore that sometime. I've got my hiking shoes on. Alright, are you ready for this?